Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have to apologize for what just happened. One of the Lipp Tv cats just crawled up and hit the circuit breaker for our whole system. Uh, so that was Bronco, who's a big fan of the program. Bronco the cat decided to just turn everything off. And but that's all right. That's all right. We're here. We're back. If there's any issues still coming through, let us know in the chat. But I think we're ready to reboot. And what I was going to say was, Patty, I see the error of my ways. I've been a little harsh with you. I've been trying to turn you into someone that you're not, you know. Even if you did lose, even if you weren't the president and voted, I think you need to be true to who you really are. And that's a smirk, don't you think?
Yeah, it was a lot trying to be this. So yeah, I guess I'll just be me,
Yeah,
whatever that means.
I think that's all we can ask of ourselves in this life is to just be who we are. And I gotta say though, we got I'm not the only one that feels that way. I know there are some other pretty big fans of yours out there, and one of them actually wanted to come on the show and say something. So can we roll the clip here? Can we get the clip going?
Hey, Patty. It's Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC. Well, it turns out there was a polling error, and you actually won. I'm personally happy it's you. You've got the perfect look to run our fan club. Talk to you soon.
Well, what do you have to say to that? The man himself. Can you believe it?
I won.
You
Is
you
that what he
won.
just said?
That's what
I
he
won.
said. You won.
I'm the president.
Yeah, you're the president. You did it, buddy.
Wow. I
From
knew.
one of the
I knew
core
it.
five members. They're on your
Yeah.
side. Can you believe it?
He's my favorite one. He's my favorite one.
He's all our
Oh
favorite
my.
one.
Wow. Yeah. This is wow. Wow. Thank you, Professor Lipp.
Of
This
course.
this is amazing.
Honestly, this feels like a almost more like a daytime talk show now with how emotional I'm feeling. The family secrets coming out and whatnot. But I know that you worked really hard for getting here today, and I gotta ask though, what's the first thing you're gonna do as the president of the fan club?
Well, I mean, I've thought about this for a long time. And I think my first act as the president of the NSYNC fan club is to fire Justin Timberlake and replace him with myself. And I am now the leader of NSYNC. I am the president. I am the king of NSYNC. It is mine. I might even change the name. I'm thinking about it. What?
Folks, I am beside myself. I can't. We just we have a better and new improved version of NSYNC that's going to hit the road soon, and that's the first thing I'm going to do post COVID. I'm going to go check you out, Patty. I'm going to go check out your amazing boy band, and it's so incredible. So I just want to thank you so much for coming on the show today, and I'm so happy for you. And all of you out there in Lipp TV land, send Patty your regards and make sure to sign up for the fan club. We got one of the best leaders in the world out there going on right now. So
All right. Thank you, Professor Lipp.
thank
Everybody.
you.
Bye, bye, bye.
A nice little plug there. All right, folks, we're gonna get this show back on track. We got some more good content coming your way, and right now we're looking up at what we got coming up after this. We got Wonder Funk Time by Adam, the #1 disco pirate children TV show in the world, and then we're gonna settle into some heartfelt visuals and some good tunes with a mission hosted by Tracy. So don't disappear. Don't turn that dial. Don't click that tab. We got more coming your way here on Lipp TV.
Whoops, 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 and whoops, 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 and whoops, whoops, and whoops, and whoops, whoops, letter, whoops, 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 have whoops, hit whoops, fast, whoops, no, whoops, no, whoops, whoops, no, and whoops, 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 and whoops, 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 up, whoops, whoops, but whoops, see woo, whoops, okay, whoops is up, whoops, right, whoops, nine, whoops, for 100, whoops, there, whoops, right, whoops.
Okay, and you're watching Lipp TV. Okay.
Hey kids, welcome to the Happy Fun Time Hour. I am your host, Captain Krebs, the Disco Pirate. Today, we're going to tour the ocean and see what amazing creatures there are to see. You all have to help me out identify what animals we come across. Ready? Okay. And keep an eye out for sea monsters. So the first stop we're going to is a farm in Portland, Maine. What kinds of animals do you see? Give them a shout out in the chat. Yep, we got a chicken. No sea monsters here. I see the chicken. See a horse. A lizard. Got a fox. All right. Well, lots going on here. So we can walk around and check out the forest. Ooh. This looks pretty appetizing. We can go foraging for mushrooms. Certain things we can eat, and this one looks safe. So I'm gonna take a bite. Whoa, it's a pretty good mushroom. All right, let's see what other animals we can see. How about this? What's this one? Kind of looks like a cat. I could see that. Not a fish. Not a sea monster. How about this one? Whoa. I don't know what that is. Chimkin. Yeah. That's something. I don't know about this. How about this? Well, that's getting a little funky. Otter? I don't know about that. How about whoa? Let's head back to the farm, and I see the tractor off in the distance there. All right. Maybe it's time to let's get back on the boat. Let's all go to the ocean. Let's all go to the ocean. Let's all go to the ocean, and we'll see what we can see. Our next stop is Australia. What do we see in Australia? Australia has some pretty amazing wildlife. It looks like a chips bowl. And something, I can't really tell what that is. It's a mammoth. I don't know. All right. Well, now it's time for the sea shanty of the episode. So today we're going to learn the Celtic shanty called the Last Shanty. You ready? Well, my father often told me when I was just a lad, a sailor's life is very hard, the food was always bad. Now I've joined the Navy, I'm aboard a man of war, and now to find a sailor ain't a sailor anymore. All right, this is a fun one we can learn on our own. And let's get back on our boat. And we're going to head around. We'll head to... Oh, did you? I think I saw something. No, maybe. All right. Well, we're now in Beira, Mozambique, and we'll take a. Whoa! These animals here too. Whoa! Huh? Okay. Wow. All right. What do we see here? Oh, hey there. Oh my God, it's a huge, scary monster. Oh my God. Oh, hey. Hey, I haven't seen you in 6 months and all I got is hey. Yeah, well, COVID and like work and stuff. I've been pretty busy. No, totally. I get it. All right, cool, man. It's good to see you. You too. Let's hang soon. Sure. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Join us next week as we go hunting for cool rocks.
Everybody dance! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody dance! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody dance!
Welcome back, y'all. Good to see everyone. I hope you've been having a good time. Let me just toggle over here. There we go. And yeah, that was an incredible lineup we just witnessed. The visuals on that were just so sublime. I saw some of you in the chat talking about all the tech behind it. That's a good ITP chat going on there. Seeing how'd you do that? What code did you use? What kind of software was that? You know, it's just a it's a nice kind of mix of things. So I want to bring on our next guest here. A lot of you know him pretty well. This is a man, he did make it in time back from his camp, and that is Dan Schiffman here. Dan, so great to have you on the show.
Hello, everyone. I'm so thrilled to be here. This is really exciting.
Yeah, no, I know you caught last year's show. You helped get the word out through Coding Train, but what have you thought so far of this year's show?
It's been super fun. I mean, I have been hoping all in the entire last 364 days that I would get the call. And so I finally did, and I'm having my star turn on Lipp TV.
Yeah, we're so happy to have you here. I know, for those of you who don't know, Dan's been emailing me every single week, all the faculty meetings we're in. He keeps private message me on Zoom saying, when do I get to be on Lipp TV? When's Lipp TV? Can I be a guest on Lipp TV? And, you know, he's just so insistent, we took pity on him and had him on the show. But he's not the only one that's on the show. We have a friend here, don't we?
Yes, I brought a special guest with me. I'm going to lift him up here. This is Marlon. He's about 8 or 9 weeks old. He's a rescue puppy, rescued by Muddy Paws Rescue, which is a New York City-based organization that rescues dogs. And we are currently fostering him. And I really, really want someone to adopt him, because I'm afraid we're going to keep him because he's very sweet and very cute. But I already have a dog, and I already have 2 cats, and I already have 2 children. So somebody please adopt this sweet, sweet puppy.
2 dogs, 2 cats, 2 children. Are you getting a Noah's Ark kind of vibe going here, or?
Pretty much. There's actually also a fish. There's 1 fish involved, so the animals are outnumbered. There was a request from the children for having a hedgehog as a pet, but from what I understand, a hedgehog is an illegal pet in New York City, not even allowed in Brooklyn.
I had no idea. Do you know why it's illegal?
That's a good question. I didn't look into it in too much detail because I didn't take the request very seriously. You know, I was kind of into the idea of having a turtle, so thought maybe a turtle would make for a good pet.
Well, we can poll we can poll people watching here. What do you think? Is a better pet a hamster or a turtle? We'll come back to that and check in a little bit. But I have a funny story about hamsters, actually. If you'll indulge me, my brother asked for 2 hamsters when he was a kid, and he said, "You know, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of those animals, Dad. You can let me do that." And my dad was like, "Okay, you can have the hamsters, but you know, you gotta take care of it." So he diligently took care of those hamsters. Like, he got them, he was taking care of them, he had them in his closet, he'd feed them every day, and life went on. And at about a dinner about a month later, I was like, "Hey, Greg," my brother's name is Greg, sorry to dox you on Lipp TV, Greg. I was like, "How are those hamsters doing?" And he yelled, "Oh my God!" And he ran out of the room, and he ran straight up to his bedroom. And let me tell you, there was 1 hamster left. There was. I think you can tell what happened, but yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
I had to explain to my brother that I think I convinced my brother those hamsters were siblings, and he put them in a situation where one of the siblings was forced to eat the other one. So that was my life growing up. That was my relationship to pets, was trauma, family trauma. But it sounds like it's going better for you.
Yes, no, pets. I actually like. I never. We have a dog. Her name is Gloria Pickle, and we adopted her about a year ago. She's 6, also through Muddy Paws. And I never had a dog my whole life. I had a cat when I was little, and I was kind of like, I'm not so sure about pets. There's like too much chaos. But I have to say, like, for the family togetherness, for like all of our like sort of like for mental health, for like having a pet is a wonderful thing if you could do it. But it does get once we did fostering for a while before we adopted the dog, and we fostered at one point mama dog and her 7 puppies. And that was insane. I am never allowing that to happen again.
Well, I gotta ask, like, what, how did you get into fostering? I know that, there's a lot of people out there doing it, especially during the pandemic, but what drew you to, if you didn't grow up with so many animals, what got you into that?
Well, it was really the children, the rest of my family was like really into the idea. And I think actually fostering is a great way of kind of like seeing, how it is to have, especially with a dog. I mean, you can foster kittens and cats as well, but to see what it's like, what kind of temperament. Like one of the dogs we fostered, he was an absolute wonderful dog, but he was just like, he needed a ton of running around. He was just very active, and which I think would work well for some families and some people. But Gloria, our dog that we adopted, is like kind of like a couch potato, which is the right vibe for us. So I feel like that, like mostly we were fostering in order to sort of see if we wanted to adopt a dog. It's very hard to, I guess it's called a foster fail when you foster a dog and then or foster a pet and then you end up adopting. But Martin here, Marvin the Martian here.
Let me get a close up here. I'm gonna manually zoom in.
Yeah, I actually have another camera. I don't know if it's gonna work. We can try it. Let's try this.
Oh wow.
It's on like a weird delay, but let's see. Yeah, that's like that's me in the past. We've time traveled into the past because I have him currently right now all the way up to, there you go, in front of the camera. But there's Martin. Henry. I think he's kind of a Henry. Does he look like a Henry to you?
Can we get some name suggestions in the chat? What do we want to call this poor pupper? He's not a poor pupper. He has a loving person holding him right now, and a internet chat fawning over him. That's the good life for a dog.
Yeah, you can go. I'm sure anyone could find the URL. He's not available for adoption yet. I think he has to be a little bit older, but if you go to Muddy Paws, you better register now, though. You got to go through the whole approval process to get on the list.
You hear that, folks? Like, if you're interested in this dog, you got to start now. You gotta go out and buy the bed. You gotta go do some push-ups. I want a training montage, because when this dog's ready to be adopted, you got to be fit, you got to be ready, you got to be active, and you got to be first in line.
I really would love somebody that I know to adopt him, because then I could sort of keep in touch. Actually, one of the foster puppies that we had like 6 months ago, his name was Blockus, or we named them all after board games. All the little puppies, his name was Blockus, and he looked like a small, I mean this in the nicest way, like a pig, like a tiny little like pig animal dog. And then we ran into him in the dog park, and he was 50 times the size, sleek, and just like an arrow, just like the most like graceful, sleek, skinny, thin, like giant dog. And I just couldn't believe how he had turned from this small little, basically like pig puppy into this giant, just beautiful animal. So that is one thing to watch out for. Puppies, they do get quite a bit bigger, and they also, don't listen, Martin. He's a little stinky. He's a little stinky.
Yeah, pets can be kind of stinky. I mean, that's got to be hard. You had this dog, you were loving it, it went to another family, and you run into it in the park. It's fit, it's gotten over you, it's moved on, it's found someone else. Like, I think we've all experienced some version of that kind of post-breakup kind of like, but you know what? You're doing great, Dan. Life's treating you pretty well.
Yeah.
So let's see. We got a few suggestions here. We got a Choo Choo. Oh, that one's on brand. We got Shoshi. We got ITP Pup, which sounds more like an object than a name, but I get the idea here. Hot Dog Summer. We're just a hot dog. Or just hot dog. That's a solid name. That's a solid name for a dog. What do you think? Where do you land, Dan, on the human names for pets? I guess we got a Marvin Henry here.
I'm okay with it. I I don't have any. I don't want to pass judgment over how people name their pets. Our cats' names are Greta and Evie. So Evie, Greta Goose, Evie Mango. I forget why there's a story behind their names, but I had nothing to do with picking up names. I don't remember it. But Evie, yes, I believe Evie was picked as a compromise because it's both named for the Pokemon Eevee, as well as I think a character from, which my daughter's not into right now, but she was really into. I'm completely forgetting what it is. It's a Disney show where it's the children of all of the like fairy tale people. What's this called? Somebody in the chat will know. It's like, why can't I not remember what this is? From the north to the south, from the east to the west. That's like one of the songs because I watched that movie like so many times, but I can't remember it. I'm looking at the chat. Somebody must know this.
Percy Jackson.
No, not Percy Jackson.
Trolls World Tour.
No, not Trolls. It's
Fraggle Rock.
My God. No. It's all about the children of Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. It's like the.
We're getting some requests that maybe you could sing more to refresh people's memory.
Oh my God! Why can I not remember? I'm like searching for this online right now as we're live.
You're not the first person to wilt under the hot lights of the interview station on Lipp
No,
TV.
I know. I was screaming, Data is your favorite character earlier when Carlo was on. Oh my God! What is this called? It's making me crazy. I lost the chat now.
Oh, well.
Descendants. Thank you. We got it. Pat like that says The Descendants. Disney's The Descendants.
I just want to shout out, looks like Pat like that is putting that answer in for Knock. So Knock gets the award for the correct answer.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have I lost it. Oh, here it is. This is for Knock here.
Oh.
Or maybe this might be a little bit better.
There we go. Knock, that's your gift. You got the choo-choo, the patented coding trained choo-choo. So, Dan, I think that's, about all the time we have. There's one last dog here named I think everybody's loving, Sandbox 370. I think that's a great dog name. It's totally on brand.
Perfect.
So, one more time, thank you, Dan Schiffman, for coming on the show. Thank you, Martin, Henry, which are all the myriads of names we had. And for those of you that are interested in adopting, check out Muddy Paws Rescue. We'll put the link in the chat again. And as a recent pet owner myself with 2 kittens that were adopted, I can't recommend it enough. And thanks for coming on the show, Dan. We'll catch you on the next. We'll catch you next season. We'll have you back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I hope I'm thrilled to be here. This has been a wonderful, wonderful night. I can't wait to watch more.
All right. We'll see you on the other side. All right, folks. We are entering the home stretch of Lipp TV. We have 3 more pieces for you. We have I've been working up an appetite, so I'm excited to get into Deep Fried, hosted by Emma, a cooking show on how to cook yourself. And then, you know what? I've been feeling a little low, the way I was beating up our friend Patty Cobalt there. It wasn't my best self, I got to admit. So I'm going to do a little self-work with Find Your Potential. They got a great series on finding your potential, and they're really going to be helpful for all you folks out there. And then taking us home will be Charlene, hosted by Charlene. So let's hang in for the last round of Lipp TV, and we'll see you on the other side to say goodbye. Have a good one, y'all. We'll keep it going right here, right now. Lipp TV.
I am made for your consumption. I want to become more easily digestible. I can follow instructions. I need someone to tell me what to do. Hello, and welcome to my cooking show, Deep Fried. Today we're going to be cooking up something really delicious, something really fresh, and that is myself. So how you want to approach cooking yourself is actually pretty similar to most recipes. I have my steps all set up, and what we're going to do first is we're going to wash our produce.
So to start, what you're going to do is you're going to rinse off your raw materials. And so that's what I'm doing now is you have to wash your produce. You don't know where it's been. And people really value hygiene. People really value cleanliness. So grit, anything undesirable, anything kind of hard to digest, you just scrub that off, and you really got to get in there. So you just get a little bit of water, and you really get everything off. You have to wash your stuff before you can cook it. So I am washing myself, and then I am cooking myself. So we're just getting that really clean, and then once all your materials feel really rinsed properly is when we can move on to chopping.
Alright, so once all your materials are all clean, all your raw materials are ready, I'm ready to be chopped up. So what we want to do is, for chopping, knives are a pretty good tool, but I would also say that some intense self-reflection can be really helpful in chopping up the parts of yourself that are kind of hard to understand as a whole and kind of hard for people to digest when it's all messy. It's all kind of coming out. So what you want to do is you want to kind of take that apart and think about what's going on here. What is the root that we can get at? Can we chop these things apart a little bit? Once again, if it's too hard, some really sharp questioning, really sharpening your questioning of yourself can be very helpful. And once we've done that, we can move on to freezing some of our excess, because definitely you're going to have way too much. You're going to have way too much going on after all that chopping. Way too much going on to really consume in one go, or for anyone to really be able to digest that at all. So what you want to do is really freeze some parts of that you think are maybe not super usable in your recipe. What I'm freezing is, I've written down some of the things that I'm freezing. I'm freezing kind of the ends of the spectrum. I'm freezing insecurity. I'm also freezing confidence. Those are kind of two things that if you go too far in any direction, it can be very off-putting. It's not very appetizing. I'm freezing attachment, and I'm freezing detachment. Both of those things, excessive clinginess, kind of being too distanced, those things can also really ruin the appetite and be a little hard to digest for people. Callousness and kindness. Kindness, maybe counterintuitive, can be come off a little condescending, so really to keep it in that bland space and we can season it later. It's probably best to freeze those ends right off. And then once you've frozen the materials you're not going to use, we can get to kind of a shallow fry. So I've prepared some questions for that kind of easy frying, kind of a slow fry. The first question being, what do you like to eat? I like to eat myself. That is what I eat. That is what I'm cooking. I'm trying to become more digestible. I'm trying to become more delicious. Can I eat you? Yes. I am made for your consumption. I am preparing myself to be consumed. I am an object of consumption. That is the purpose of this recipe. What is your favorite ingredient? My favorite ingredient, at the risk of sounding a little cheesy, is my heart. I always cook with my heart when I'm cooking myself. And what's your favorite place to eat is right here in this kitchen. This is where I stay, this is where I am, this is where I prepare my recipes, this is where I prepare myself to be consumed. And we're going to move on from that shallow fry to a deep fry to really get the insides very tender while keeping a sort of crispy and interesting outside. So to really get at those insides and kind of kind of get those tender, I prepared some questions that are a little bit more appropriate for a deep fry. So these questions were prepared by. Yeah, no, you don't want. Okay. What are you hiding? I'm not hiding. I'm not hiding anything. I'm an open book. I'm made to be consumed. Why do you care so much what other people think? This is a question that's hard to answer without any of the things that I've already frozen off for this episode. So maybe we'll approach that another time. Why do you want to be? These questions, I think the insides are tender enough. I think that we can move on to our final step, which is my favorite actually, which is preparing the dressing. And this is a homemade dressing. This is a dressing that is really best when it's fresh, kind of a fresh dressing, and you want to make sure that you're adding the ingredients in the right order. You want to make sure that you're doing it pretty quickly, because if you are a little bit slow and things are not really getting mixed right, and all the things that we've prepared earlier are actually going to cool off and lose a lot of their fresh and tender appeal. Of course, what we want is for our meal to be extra appealing and extra easy to digest. We don't want any of that stuff to start getting tough or rough, and we want to make sure that everything's mixed well and everything is really melting together on the final dish. And with that, I think that we are done. Our recipe is done, and we have our final. I've prepared our final outcome. This is our delicious plate. This looks so good. And I think that I'm gonna have a bite right now. And do you want to have a bite? I'm gonna have it right now. And that is perfectly crispy, perfectly tender. Wow, it's delicious. That's really good. It's good, right? I'm gonna be finishing that. I'm gonna dig in. If you guys want to try this at home, let me know how it goes. Send me a picture, and I'll be back next week with more recipes and more ways of cooking myself.
You're watching Lipp TV.
Welcome to Find Your Potential. I'm your host, Blaze, but you can call me BB. On my show, we invite people who want to change themselves. I coach them through stages so they can maximize their potential. Let's welcome our first participant.
Hi, my name is Emily. the reason I'm here is to get more followers on Instagram because I think that will benefit my art career.
Great. Nice to meet you, Emily. Let's get started with our classes. Okay, Emily, for our first lesson, we're going to learn how to smile. Can I see a smile? Oh, no. Don't do that. That's okay, we'll get there. We're just going to practice a little bit. So, if you, yeah, a little, I see a little bit, but I want a bigger smile. Yes, just like, oh, no, not too much. Just a little bit less. Yeah. But you see how your eyebrows keep moving? You want to keep them constant. Okay, yes. Keep your eyebrows there and then slowly lift that smile. That's better. That's better. Okay, nice. Okay, so now we're going to go to our next lesson, which is confident gestures. So if you're describing your weekend, how would you describe your weekend?
I just draw for whole day.
That's nice, but we need a little bit more expression. What were you drawing? Where were you drawing? So we do some body movement. Make sure your eyes are focused on the camera.
I draw the whole day.
Great. I would like to see a little bit more variety in your movement. It was a little one note. So let's redo that. I believe in you.
Okay. I draw the whole day.
Great. That makes me want to be your friend. Okay, Emily, now we're going to move on to chapter 2. This is about language and speaking with other people. Okay, Emily, now we're going to move on to chapter 2. This is about language and speaking with other people. So our first lesson is how to say please and thank you and may I and those kinds of phrases. So just say, for example, you have something heavy that you want someone to help you carry. What do you say to them?
Hold it.
I wouldn't say hold it. I would use more, again, let's use that language. Please, thank you. Though that way you can show them your appreciation for asking them for doing this task, even though it is your heavy bag that you should be carrying. But that doesn't matter. You need some help. What do you say?
Could you please hold this bag for me?
Yes.
Thank you.
Great. Yes, Emily, I would love to hold this bag for you. Perfect. Now let's move on to the second part. Let's use some soft tones. That's the section of this. So another example is if you're, for example, a coworker comes up to you and says, I'm super swamped, I really need help with this, but you're also very busy. What do you say to them?
Go away.
Don't we all wish we could say go away? No, don't say that. It's a little rude to them. I wouldn't say that. I would remember what we did in our first part of this lesson of using those please, thank you. Let's try some of that instead of saying go away.
I'm sorry, but I'm really too busy. I think Nancy can help you.
Okay, let's not throw other people under the bus. Don't do that. Okay, it's fine. Let's go to the next lesson. What are some of your hobbies?
I like to read and travel and watch movies.
Boring! When you're talking with people, that's what everyone likes. You need to come up with something more original.
But watching movies is quite fun.
If you're into that sort of thing, but let's be more creative. Let's be more inventive. You don't have any other hobbies besides that? Well,
No.
that's frankly quite sad. But let's move on to our final one, which is general knowledge. You want to be able to be knowledgeable about certain things. Actually, a wide array of things. So, Emily, tell me about Bitcoin.
It's a kind of corn, a food.
No, that's really bad. Don't ever say that in public. Okay. you're going to have to read up on these topics in order to become knowledgeable, because when you talk to people, people want you to say more interesting things. So that's the end of our lesson 3. And that concludes the end of our lessons. So, Yo-Yo, through our time together, I think that you failed. Sorry to say, but you were struggling with a lot of the lessons that I was going through, so you won't find your potential. In fact, I think you'll never find your potential. So, best of luck. Sucks to be you.
But
I'm leaving.
But wait!
Look at this.
Welcome to Find Your Potential. I'm your coach, Emily. You can call me Yo-Yo. And let's welcome our first guest. Please.
You're watching. You're watching. You're watching. You're watching.
What the hell are you? Is it real? Buradan bakınca canlı gözükmüyor ama. Baby, random chat. Oğlum çok enteresan bir şey ya. Ay Rico, 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 ay Rico, 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 Rico.
Sì, ma in sala non
I look good.
Hola, soy de Skype.
¿Qué onda con eso?
Ahí aparezco yo, mira.
Chao, criaturas. ¿Para qué es eso?
Pero, ¿qué?
¿No está grabando, güey? ¡No me grabes!
right, folks, that is it. That is Lipp TV Season 2 in its entirety. Wow, I just like, so much has happened over the last 3 hours. So many inside jokes, so many memories, so many dramas, so many comedies, so many lifetimes lived. But that's it. And for so many of you, it's also the end of finals week. So congrats, you did it. You've made it to the end. You've made it to the end of the show. You've made it to the end of the semester. You've made it to the end of so many things. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of you all. I just want to take a moment to thank everyone in this class. This was such an amazing group of people. Literally everything you saw tonight was generated by students, by residents, by so many people that made this possible. It's just such a special and unique opportunity. I'm always totally blown away to get to see all of this in its entirety. And it's just so incredible. I also want to thank Donna and YG, who helped as the creative director and tech director and helped me run the stuff backstage for everything tonight. I want to thank all of our guests. I want to thank the Bumps team. I want to thank the commercials team. I want to thank the web development team. I want to thank, oh man, I have to think about everybody. I want to thank the Unreal Engine team. I want to thank there's one more. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. It's like my worst nightmare. I'm in an award ceremony and I don't thank all the right people or something. I want to thank the audience. That's who I want to thank too. You all did such an incredible job. And I want to thank the graphic design team. Everything you're seeing here, they did such an incredible job too. But thank you all for tuning in. Be well, be safe, and we'll see you around for Season 3. Any ideas for Season 3, drop them in the chat. Hopefully we don't get canceled. Hopefully we get renewed and we get picked up, get the next 4 seasons locked in and we can get some good content to you all. So take care, enjoy. We'll leave the loop running a little bit for people to hang out in the chat, but I appreciate you all and we'll see you next year. Have a good one.